Go. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Sports. What is going on, all of my sports freaks, my freak-a-leaks out there? Hope you guys are doing well this fine Monday. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend as well. Happy Cinco de Mayo to anyone who celebrates that by any means. I watched Senators for the second time, on top of watching Thunderbolts as well for the second time over this weekend. I also went to Foodie Land, y'all. I went to Foodie Land, and I tried a couple things for the first time. I tried gator bites and frog legs. Shout out to Jaron for inviting me. But I went and I, eating those frog legs, it was kind of interesting because it was kind of like, like they weren't lying. It tastes like chicken. It tastes like chewy chicken, y'all. I'm not going to lie. And the gator bites were really good, too. They had like a gator sauce for it as well. I think, what was it? It was just the traffic, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was like 5 minutes away driving distance, maybe even 2 to 5 minutes away from Foodie Land, which is at Del Mar Fair. And it took like 30 minutes for me to actually get inside the thing. So that was probably the only negative of going to that, is just dealing with the traffic and everything like that. But overall, y'all, also, shout out to SDSU, my alma mater. They are coming in the Pac-12 next year, so watch out for them. But overall, y'all, this week was insane. We had some upsets. We had some Game 7s. We had an unlikely Game 7 hero as well. And so much more, with some more Shador news and some other NFL things as the offseason wraps up. So let's kind of get into everything. But before I do start on any of that, I do want to give a quick shout out to Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich, the San Antonio Spurs head coach, has officially stepped down as the winningest head coach in NBA history with 1,422 career wins. After 29 hard-fought seasons with the Spurs, the 5-time NBA champion, the 3-time coach of the year, the 2-time gold medalist in the Olympics. Like I said, he's officially stepped down as the head honcho for the Spurs. And I kind of just want to give like some of my favorite memories of watching Greg Popovich in the Spurs in his career. I think for most of us too, is our most memorable from him is him leading the Spurs to the NBA championship game in 2014 versus LeBron James in the Heat and beating them in 5 games. That's probably one of my favorite moments, and just seeing the pure dominance of a Greg Popovich-led team. Seeing Kawhi, I think he won MVP that of the finals as well, and just everyone around him playing out of this world insane. So that was one of my favorite memories. And also, what was it? There was a press conference in 2022 as they were set off to face the 76ers, where he was asked who will be in his starting 5. So this is like right around his rebuild for the San Antonio Spurs. And they asked him, and he even stated, I mean, obviously, with Greg Popovich, he's known for all of his jokes in the pressers and stuff like that. And just seeing, and him basically stating, I don't even know half of their names, which, I found that pretty entertaining. And just overall, his press conference, all his bits from all his press conferences were probably some of my favorites from him. What was it? Right during the COVID season, we really never got to see the Spurs led by Greg Popovich touch the playoffs, as they were in rebuild for majority of his last stint there in San Antonio. And obviously health concerns later on impacted him as well, which probably ultimately led to him stepping down. Obviously, with Greg, I mean, he was getting older as well. If he were to coach, he was going to coach his 30th season, which is kind of insane. But now, actually, with San Antonio, he's now transitioning into a full-time role as a team's president. And like I said, just congrats on a tremendous coaching career to one of the best coaches in the history of basketball.